Hello, good morning, and welcome to your morning yoga flow. My name is Maria, and I will be guiding you today through a morning yoga stretch. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back to the 30 days of yoga. This is day 22. If you're looking for more details, I do have more details in the description or the bio below. But we're going to start today in a seated position. We're not going to need any props, and this is for all levels. So get into something comfy and meet me on your mat or on the ground. We will need to come up off our beds today. I know some days when we have seated flows, we don't, but today we are going to be coming onto our mats. So we'll take a few moments to just get settled in here, coming into a cross-legged position or one foot in front of the other. Feel free to be kneeling here too as well if that feels best for you. And maybe remove the flesh out from underneath your sits bones so you can connect your sits bones directly to the ground or the mat. Stack your head over your shoulders and your shoulders over your pelvis. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale to pull the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to start off with some gentle neck movements. So tuck your chin into your chest and then take your left ear over towards your left shoulder. It doesn't have to touch, there can be a gap. Inhale, come back to center, and then exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. And keep moving with your own breath here. Maybe stopping if you feel any tension in any one area. Paying a little bit extra attention, giving it a little bit extra love today. Feel free to close the eyes. And when you're ready, just return back to neutral, bringing your head stacked over your heart space. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder again. Ground your right fingertips on the ground beside you, beside your hips. And then grab your left hand, bring it up and over to grab onto your right ear. Gentle tug towards your left shoulder, towards that left ear, as you gently walk your fingertips away, your right fingertips away from your body. Maybe you lift your arms as you find a gentle stretch through the right side. Untuck the chin. On your next inhale, release and bring your head back up to center. Bring the left fingertips onto the ground beside you. And then exhale to take your right ear to your right shoulder and bring your right arm up and over to grab your left ear. Left fingertips can stay on the ground beside you, or you can start to walk them away until you feel a gentle stretch. Inhale, lift the chin away from the chest just a little. Exhale, maybe pull a little bit more, find a deeper stretch. Relax your right shoulder as well. And then inhale back to center. On your next inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale to turn over to the left side, bringing your arms down on the ground wherever they fall so your right arm can come on your thighs, left arm back behind you. Inhale to get tall. Exhale to twist a little deeper. When you're ready to come out, on your next inhale, bring your arms back up to center and bring your torso back to center. Exhale to turn over to the left side. Fingertips come back behind you. Your left hand comes on your thighs or on the floor, wherever it falls. Inhale to get tall, reach the crown of the head up. Exhale, shoulders away from ears and maybe twist a little deeper. When you're ready to come out, on your next inhale, bring your arms up above overhead. This time we're going to interlace our fingertips behind our head and bring them to touch the base of the head, so where the top of the neck and the head meet. From here, bring your thumbs to maybe massage the length of your neck or maybe the base of your head. Inhale to lift the elbows out away from one another and lift your chest. Finding a gentle back bend here, maybe bringing the shoulder blades back to touch closer together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to bend a little deeper, maybe stretch a little wider. Inhale to tuck the chin, and then release your hands. Good. From here, we're going to do one more stretch seated in this direction. So plant your left hand on the ground and maybe walk it out a little bit. Bend into that left arm and take your right arm up and over, finding a stretch on the right side, reaching your right fingertips over to the left side. Bend into that left arm as much as you need to here, maybe even coming on down to that elbow. Making sure to prioritize length through the spine, so make sure you're not crunching too much into the left side. Being able to breathe full deep breaths into your torso, into your low belly. Good. When you're ready to come out, inhale to come back up to center, and exhale to take the left arm up and over. Plant the right arm on the ground, maybe coming on to your elbows, but walking that right arm until where you can feel the stretch throughout your left side. Reaching the left fingertips over to the right side of the room. Taking full deep breaths here. When you're ready to come back up on your next inhale, come back up to center. We're going to rock forward onto tabletop position. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your wrist. Option to tuck the toes under here as we move through a few cat-cows. Inhale to push the chest forward through the arms, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, cow pose. Exhale to send the tailbone down, round through the chin and the upper back. Tuck the chin into the chest. Cat pose. Inhale to start to drop the belly and then send the chest forward. Exhale to tuck the chin into the chest and create space through that chest. Stretching through the neck, let the head dangle. Inhale to drop the belly, push the chest forward, push into all 10 knuckles. Exhale to send the tailbone down to that space in between the knees, push away from the mat. Inhale back up to center, and then coming to a neutral tabletop position. If you haven't tucked the toes under, tuck them under now. Walk your arms, your hands up just a couple of inches. Ground down through all 10 knuckles and rotate the inner elbows towards the front of the room. Inhale to lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Lift the hips, lift the tailbone high, and start to pedal out through the feet to get a gentle stretch through the back of the legs here. Ears are in line with your arms. Pointer finger, knuckle, and thumb are grounded. Bend your knees here as much as you need to. Push away from the mat. Inhale to fill your belly up, and exhale to maybe lift your tailbone a little higher. Inhale to look to the middle of your mat, look down, and then exhale to start to tiptoe your feet up to meet the backs of your hands. Inhale to halfway lift, straighten through the legs, bring the hands to the shins or the thighs, lift the torso. And exhale to fold over your legs, bending at the hips, bending the knees as much as you need to here, and just letting the torso fall over the thighs. Your hands can be wherever they fall, on your thighs or on the ground. And just take a few moments here to tune into your body and find what feels good in this position. Maybe letting your shoulders round forward, letting the crown of your head get heavy with gravity. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. When you're ready, start to slowly roll up, first through the knees, then through the hips, low back, upper back, and finally the chin to come up last. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, and exhale, gentle back bend, cactus your arms, bend your elbows, and bring your shoulder blades to touch back behind you. Inhale here once more, and exhale to release the arms down by your sides. From here, bring your feet out, hip mat width apart, so as wide as the mat, or maybe a little less than as wide as the mat. Bring your toes to face out, and then your heels to come in slightly so they're almost at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips, and exhale to slowly bend your knees, bend at your hips, returning to a sort of forward fold here. Bring your fingertips on the ground, generous bend in the knees. As you start to then drop your hips towards your heels, maybe your heels lift here, we're coming into a malasana or garland pose. Gentle stretch out through the hips. If your heels do touch the ground, great. If they don't, you can stay there. Fingertips can stay on the ground, or option to bring them in to touch, your palms to touch, and bring your thumbs to heart center. Push your knees into your elbows and your elbows into your knees if you're here. But if you're not, just find whatever variation of this feels good within your body, and we'll work to get to whatever you want to be. Feel free to find whatever natural movement here too, if you don't feel like staying in that Garland Malasana pose. Maybe you're feeling a little tight within one hip more so than the other. When you're ready, bring the fingertips back on the ground and then lift your hips up, stacking your knees on top of your ankles. Heel toe your feet back to hip width apart, returning to a forward fold. And then slowly roll up through the knees as slow as you can, as slow as you want to. When you get to the top, squeeze the shoulder tips up towards your ears. Inhale, and then exhale to roll them back around and down. Feel free to continue this yoga flow however you want. You can add on anything you'd like, but we're going to finish off there in mountain pose. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Sending love and light from my heart to yours. I'll see you next time.